So hello YouTube viewers, this is the account improvement stream, or the first one. Uh, I'm I'm like borderline livid right now because this is a series that I've been talking about for like 5 months, 6 months now. And of course, Jew Bagel uploaded it. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure he had the idea first. I'm sure he's had this idea in the back of his mind forever. I feel like every content creator at some point in time like contemplates whether or not to do like a account improvement kind of stream because people love it. People eat it up. It gets a lot of views because everybody wants to get their account improved. And anyways, I've been talking about this 5 months straight, and I finally got around to thinking or planning out how I'm going to do it today. And of course, today is the day that Jew Bagel uploaded the first episode. So to anybody who's new to the channel, I guarantee I look like a copycat. I promise you this was an idea that was independent of his upload. Although this was pushed forward, I decided to move forward with this series really, really fast after I saw the upload because I don't want to get thrown too far in the dust by him. But just know that this idea is something I've been talking about for months. I've a bunch of viewers who can back up my story, who've been in my streams where I've talked about this. But without further ado, I'll hop right into the account. This is Starry Night's account. I have her with me here in the Discord call. It's my wonderful girlfriend who single-handedly bankrolls my account. She's had an account. She's had an account for as long as my first account has existed, or give or take 3 months, as long as my first account has existed. So her account has been around forever. However, she doesn't play the game as hardcore as I do. Therefore, she has a huge surplus of resources. Yeah, you get on and farm. So what's a day like? What's the Summoner's War day like for you? Like, what do you do in a day?
I wake up and farm.
Yeah, how much do you farm? I feel like you farm a good amount. You have a
Maybe
lot
half
of
the day.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
I think
AFK,
half the day.
just like while you're doing other things, right?
Yeah, I always do other things when playing.
Okay.
That's why I don't really pay attention to the runes. Because I was just getting them.
I feel like that's the best way to play Summoner's War and stay into it. I feel like if you like focus the entire day on doing it, like you can burn yourself out pretty easily. Although I feel like that's the best way to get progress is just to like tunnel vision it, you know, like work really, really hard and focus on it throughout the day. This one's kind of weird. I want to save it for later. This one was really good though. 17 speed is pretty nice. 11 resistance too. It's not terrible. I love coming on your account because I feel like you'll accumulate a bunch of runes, and I'll come on your account and I'll just have a whole bunch of like fun stuff to power up. I think that's like the most exciting thing. And also your account has different nat 5s than mine. I feel like most people when they play on multiple accounts, like somehow they end up with multiple of the same nat 5s between accounts, and there's like no crossover between our accounts, you know? Like both of our accounts have like completely different nat 5s. It makes it really fun to play on, just because I get to experiment. Like you have Wind Panda, so I just hop on and I get to like insta win Guild Wars.
I pretty much have all the insane net vibes.
Well, yeah, I mean Tashar, Wind Panda, Varad, they're all like pretty high up on the tier list for what they're good for. You've got an insane dungeon monster, an insane PvP monster, and an insane TOA monster, which really like it sets you up for a lot of success in a lot of different areas. Hey, there we go. But you're lacking in runes. I feel like that's the big thing, is you have all the monsters you need to be really, really like far into this game and be really successful in the game, but right now you're just like you're missing the runes that you need. So I don't know, that's just something we have to work on. Violent runes are gonna be huge. The big thing I think is gonna be getting violent runes for your Wind Panda, because he's on speed HP right now, which isn't ideal. Because he doesn't like, his whole kit builds around him having high defense as well as high HP. So like the violent set is good, but like you're not gonna see like the quote unquote damage output, you know? Because his passive skill where he revenges and he does his auto attacks, his damage increases based on his defense. So by having him on speed HP, you're losing a little bit on his kit right now. And I think if we could get you into like a solid Dragons team, eventually it'll be nice. The problem is right now I feel like you just have so much to gain by being in Giants still. You know? Like there's so many good Giants runes, like a really fast Swift set, for example, because we want to get you like a 275 speed Bernard and all that. I mean, your Chisun is really good too. I mean, it's a Swift energy Chisun, but like this is 5-star right now, and it already has like plus 200% of its base HP, which is pretty respectable, I think, for a 5-star slot 6. It means you have really high HP subs on your runes, which is actually pretty sick. I'm actually a little bit jealous because I don't have a lot of HP subs that are like that.
Really?
Yeah, you get the runes that I want, and I end up like this rune, for example. You have like no use for this rune right now, but like for a Fey or a Xiaolin, this is really good for me, where I'm looking for like HP slot 2 on my raid nukers. You got some good stuff.
Oh, was that no, not plus that?
The blade rune, no, it's untouched.
I think I just got that.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, today.
You have a lot of really like crazy. I mean, this rune's okay. This is a cool nuker rune. This rune wants reappraisal stones, which you can farm for now. That's pretty cool. You have like enough teams to.
I remember when first starting, I had only my starter team.
Oh yeah. Which team was that? I can't remember which team you started with.
It had Amarna.
Oh my god, I remember. Yeah. We tried to put Amarna everywhere. Amarna was like your nuker too. That was the thing. I put Amarna on this really jank like damage dealer build, which for Amarna is not great because Amarna is like a support unit that wants a lot of speed and accuracy and a lot of tank. But Amarna's gonna be sick. Amarna's gonna be so sick for you when you're moving into raids. Yeah. Well, and you still can in a lot of ways. You just need the runes for him, and I guess you could put him on like a Swift build. Ooh, this is a nice energy. This is a really nice nuker rune. I forget about some of these little like gems. Like this is again another really good nuker rune. Another really good. Your slot 3 energy runes are like off the charts. Like this rune, I mean, it's an energy rune perfect for raids. High resistance, high defense, has HP and speed. Oh man, like, I don't understand your account sometimes. Another good raid rune. Another good energy slot 3. Oh my god. Like some of your slot 3s are just off the chart. Like better quality runes than some of the stuff I have. This is a really good blade slot 3. So that's really cool. It's really good to note like things when you're looking at your own account, like note slots that you have really good runes. I mean, even the Swift rune is pretty good. I feel like there's a lot of upgrades we can make. So I haven't talked too much about the account improvement aspect. So I'm starting with Starry Night's account just because it's a good like. I feel like it's a decent baseline. Yes, she's been in the game for a long time, but her point where her like her progress is really going to start at isn't going to be huge. Hey man, welcome to the stream. How you doing? So, yeah, she's not starting too far ahead. I'd still put her in the mid game category for sure, even though she's been playing the game for about a year and a half, on and off. Of course, she doesn't play like hardcore, but she is farming every day. She is constantly collecting runes and farming up crystals. So, I think.
Imagine if I did farm.
Yeah. Well, if you farmed as hard as I did for like a year straight, or a year and a half straight, I mean, you'd for sure be set. I mean, this fatal rune is nuts. This is really cool. You got this. This was all you. I didn't get this. I'm doing really well, man. Thanks. We're doing account improvement stuff. So, this is Starry Night's account. She's in the Discord call right now. If you are curious about who else is talking in the background. And this is like the first episode of the series I've been wanting to do for like ever. It's an account improvement where I hop onto people's accounts and I make as much progress as I can. I explain as much as I can about the progress or about the steps that I'm taking to achieve that progress to hopefully help other people get progress as well. It's a shame that that didn't roll more into crit rate. Still a really nutty rune. This can get like attack percentage on the plus 12. This would be ridiculous. Oh, and we got to use your power up stones too before I forget, because power up stones run out on the 21st, I believe.
Hmm.
So we gotta like plus 15 some stuff, and you've got plenty of really good runes to plus 15. Man, it's really fun playing on other people's accounts. You know, there's something that wears you out. Okay, I'll take HP. There's something that just wears me out about like being on my account nonstop sometimes, because it's like if you constantly just keep looking back at the same runes over and over and over again, it's a little bit demoralizing, because you're like, oh look, nothing has changed. Where are the upgrades
Aw.
at? Well, it's not like in a bad way all the time, but sometimes it's just
Hey.
like it's nice to have a break. Please tell me how you came up with your name. There has to be a story. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the stream. First off, Get Next Mafia. So, man, it must have been 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago. I was playing Xbox with my buddy, and we were gonna create a Minecraft YouTube channel together, and we both kind of came up with half of the name, and at the time it was like anytime that I played video games, I was constantly eating, because I'm even to this day I'm constantly eating on streams and stuff like that. I'm a big foodie, and and what I always used to eat at the time was Oreos, and I would just be crunching on Oreos the entire time, and and my buddy was just like, why don't we name it WestOreos? And it was just a really spontaneous decision. He came up with the name, and it was something where I didn't even think. I was just like, yeah, that's awesome. That's a sick name, and I kind of just adapted it. And since then, I guess I've kind of grown into the name more than anything. At the time, it was just like a name that me and my buddy came up with. But it's like over time, I've kind of grown into it, and I've tried to adapt my theme and my just basically all of my channel around it. It's not too sophisticated. No, 100% not from Game of Thrones. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Well, not to say that I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones. I have not watched Game of Thrones other than one or two clips.
I love it though.
However, yeah, Starry Night loves Game of Thrones. That pulls a lot of people in here. I get a lot of questions about that. It's fairly often that people come in here and they're like, "Are you a GOT fan? Are you a GOT fan?" Heard it's a good
Thank
show.
you broke Kitchen's heart.
Yeah, rest in peace. Oh man. So we got a plethora of runes to play with and a lot of different
Oh.
units that I want to build. I quit. You watch season 1 got attached to a character, then they died, I quit. Oh, rip. See, exactly, and that's why I don't like shows like that. Because shows like that, they always try to, like, enhance the drama that already occurs. Like, I feel like most emotion isn't necessarily created from the series, like, forcing a character or forcing some kind of theme down your throat. Just you relate with certain characters, and over time, as the series progresses, you like get attached to them. And I think that that level of character attachment is something that like no series can really like can make for you. Like it's something you naturally have, and I feel like series like that, they're just gonna be, I mean, in Game of Thrones everybody's always getting killed, so you can't ever get attached to anybody. And so that's, I don't know, I could never really get into that, because I remember quite a few Netflix shows that I watch where I hop into it and I'm like, oh, I love this show, and I watch it forever, and it's like 14 seasons in, my favorite character who's been there since the beginning, they're like, yeah, he's dead now. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, drop that series off. And that kind of thing is not something I like to experience, really. I think if it's the end of the series, maybe it's okay, because I'm going to stop watching after the end, obviously, anyways. However, it's not something I like. I want to chase after. So we have a bunch of stuff to work with on this account. I guess we should show off and talk about the units before we start talking about the kind of improvement that I want to make. So, of course, we have a Lucian here, a Tashar, a Varad, a Wind Panda. We see Lynn, the Light Amazon. I mean, we've got a whole plethora of units. So, of course, I've been on this account the entire time, so I've been making subtle improvements along the way. But now we're doing like a focused, I don't know if I want to make this like 2 weeks or maybe even a month of me just hardcore grinding on these accounts and seeing the kind of progress we can make, and hopefully you guys can learn something in the process. We're going to check out some crafts and see what we can do. We only have 2 swift crafts, so we'll go ahead and do those and get those out of the way. Get the excitement out of the way. So we have Lucian and Tishar, 2 very amazing Giants monsters, so I feel like this account, I mean, of course at this point in time, can get the largest benefit from Giants, just because it has a lot of really, really solid runes, but it still has so much benefit to gain from Giants. I'll go ahead and talk about some of the stats on the monsters. Here's the current Giants team. We've got a Tishar with, a Sigmaris with a decent amount of attack, a pretty good amount of attack, solid crit rate and crit damage, and then the speed is a little bit low. The speed could be a little faster, so hunting for those fatal runes that can give us more speed without sacrificing other stats is going to be fun. In fact, if we could find a better blade for that slot 5, even if we lose a little bit of crit damage, I don't think I would mind too much, just because having the higher speed is going to be a little bit more beneficial to the team. I mean, I'm really looking for like 10 speed. It doesn't look like we have anything. If we have something on another monster, we might just strip that off. We have a lot of other monsters ruined up. Ooh, and none of them really have...
I don't really use Lapis anymore, right?
No, not as much. Although, I mean, she doesn't really have the speed we need anyways. This rune is a strict upgrade almost. Well, it has a lot of crit rate, so... we don't really have any runes. We could lose, I guess we lose some. We lose 15% crit damage. It's not worth it for that much of a loss. Also, we have options to 6-star some things. There's also a 6-star event going on right now. So we're going to show the rest of these monsters. Tishar, a beastly amount of attack. However, this is another unit where I'm really concerned about the speed of it, because I feel like it's just going to be too slow sometimes, even though she has a close to max speed tower, if I remember correctly. I feel like you're pretty close to being maxed out, right? You're not too far, right? I feel like 2 or 3, maybe only 2 levels away. She's been leveling her speed tower for a long time. Man, we just don't have the speed on these rooms. That kind of sucks. I guess that's going to be something we're going to have to look out for. If we have an attack percent here, and this has 9% crit rate, and that's the only good substat. So this might be better. That might be strictly better, just because the only thing Tishar needs is speed, crit rate, crit damage, and attack. Those 4 stats are the only thing. We don't need accuracy for any reason, because we don't care about the potential to stun with the first skill. This is also going to give us more crit damage, and at 6 speed, I feel like the little bit of speed is going to add up every little spot we can get it. And don't worry about the lack of attack, because that's going to come back up when we bring that rune to plus 15. Now, let's look at this slot. I might be a little bit disappointed if we can't find speed. So the thing is how much crit rate and crit damage. I don't want to go below the 85%, because Tishar is really our primary wave clearer. So losing too much crit rate on Tishar is going to mean we're probably going to lose some consistency. So it's really not going to be worth it. We could give Tishar this rune, which is going to make Sigmaris a little bit weaker, but it's going to make Tishar a lot stronger. And Tishar's a little bit more important. However, I feel like that amount of speed is just negligible anyways. For an 11 speed increase, we're going to need more of an increase than that. So we're going to look around all these runes and see how we can make Tishar the best that we can. Problem is, I just feel like we don't have enough runes to really take advantage of this, and I don't like gimping our units of any potential stats.
If I knew you were gonna do this right now, I would have farmed harder last night.
Oh, we have plenty of mana. That's not going to be an issue, I don't think.
No, I meant like try and get better runes.
Oh. Okay, here we go. So 21 more speed. Is that going to be enough? Can I do math right now? 39. So 148 speed. So we're going to be fast enough. I think this is worth it. Although we lose 23% crit damage, which is really, really sad for me. It might end up being worth it just for the speed. Because if the units don't... So if the Tishar doesn't move fast enough, it's not going to be worth it. I know a lot of people are going to cringe at that loss of crit damage. because it's a pretty large chunk of crit damage. But if you think about it, if Tashar never gets a turn to use that third skill, it doesn't matter if Tashar has the third skill. So using the skill is going to be a lot more important than the amount of damage it does in one sitting. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to do a little bit of math here. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm going to make a million people have made videos about this. That's an exaggeration, of course. A lot of people have made videos talking about the Summoner's War math and the damage calculations and all that sort of thing. And so every time I do modifications to a monster's rune set, I always like to check whether the rune set is balanced. Of course, there's an attack percentage balance and a crit damage balance. And in the case of a max skilled unit, you actually want more increased attack percentage than you want increased, or that you want total crit damage, just because that's the way that the calculation works for the maximum efficiency of your rune sets. So after this, we're going to check and make sure that this Tashar is super efficient. Of course, like I said, we're prioritizing trying to get at least the 141 speed so that we can be fast enough to use the skill before the golems get a chance. Also, this team has a Galleon, so Galleon's going to go ahead and AoE defense break, and then Tashar is going to be able to come in and clean up all that sort of stuff. Other changes we're probably going to do to this account is we're going to turn the Lucian into a speed Lucian, trying to get the Lucian up to maybe 180 speed. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hit that, but we're going to try to do that so that the arena gets better, so that the Giants runs are better, because of course if you can make your Lucian move right after your Galleon, you can clear the waves faster. If you can make your Lucian move before your Galleon and hit really hard and not need the Galleon, that's the most ideal scenario. But I think with the current rune quality, ideally Lucian moves right after Galleon, and that'll allow us to clear the waves most quickly, because every wasted turn in a speed team can waste anywhere from 2 to 5, sometimes even 6 seconds, depending on the animation speed of the unit. So by having our Lucian move before the other units and being able to one-hit those waves still with the Galleon attack buff, we're going to be reducing the amount of time by not letting the rest of our team go ahead and waste turns. Another thing with this team is it runs a damage dealer Veramos, which is really, really sick for consistency. Not as sick for the time. So he can add up to 10 to 15 seconds because he has to be fast enough in order to cleanse consistently. But he does output some damage. Anything with your team that you're worried about, or is there anything you want to see on your account within this next few weeks or a month?
I want them faster, and for them to not fail as much.
Yeah, I feel like that's sometimes an issue on your account. I feel like sometimes you have failed runs. Whoa, it's suddenly stopped.
For me, it's like almost all the time now.
Really?
I'm sorry for making your stream full of Game of Thrones now.
Oh, that's fine. Hey, you're a moderator, you're entertaining the viewers, you're doing your job. I'm sure people get sick of my babbling anyway, so it's fine. So let's see. We're going to do a little bit of math here. You guys don't see the calculator, but I'm just checking out the percentages of increased attack. So we have 202% additional attack and 162% crit damage. So we do have more attack than crit damage, which is nice because, like I said, the way the formula works out when it comes to the optimal amount of attack and crit damage on a unit, you do want to weigh more on the side of attack if your unit is skilled up. And this Tashar does have max skills on the third and second skill. Because there's a 30% increase in damage here, the way the damage works out, it's essentially like 30% more crit damage on this unit when they use the third skill. I know it might sound weird. I'm going to make a video explaining this eventually. But this third skill essentially has a 30% boosted crit damage. So essentially for that skill, the crit damage Tashar would have effectively would be 190%. So again, crit damage is almost the same as the attack, but the attack still weighs a little bit further, which is nice. We're taking advantage of the rune set as much as we can. We're going to hop and do some arena wings, actually. Take a look at her arena, because I don't want to waste any resources while we're on the account. So we'll take a look at this team right here. So we're running a Bernard lead, with Galleon, Varad, and Tashar. So the way this team works is Bernard speeds up, Galleon does his time to loot, and then Varad resets them, which buys enough time for Tashar to move. Now this Tashar being a little bit faster, just at whatever 30 or 29 speed faster, I feel like we got maybe a little bit more than that even, or a little bit less than that. But the Tashar being faster is going to mean that the speed tuning of the team works better. With a Lucian in this scenario, it'd be even better. You can see here we're just going to go ahead and destroy them. Tashar's multipliers are really great, and these are a little bit weaker. But everything seems pretty solid. The thing is, even with these teams, I think with the Varad reset, we're going to have enough damage and enough time bought in order to kill them. Oh, of course, we're way faster than them. Okay, and since there's no will set on anybody, we don't have to worry. Usually at this rank, you don't have to worry about anything like that. But you can see the damage even on fire monsters. Sometimes we'll crit, and we crit everybody except for the Rocky, so everyone died. And this is the kind of big damage we want to see, because when we get into giants, I mean, it's all about like the wave clear, and Tashar's so amazing for that, and that is amazing, of course, for arena. Especially when compared to Lucian, Tashar's a great monster, but in arena just gets outclassed by so many other monsters that can just perform a little bit better. Although Tashar just has massive numbers. The problem is you rely too much on that Galleon defense break, which is probably one of the most inconsistent things that I deal with. But this is the current team. We have the damage dealer Vero here on a swift blade set, attack, crit damage, attack. See, this is the quality of runes we have to deal with right now. All the runes are pretty decently high quality runes, or at least for a mid-game player, except for the slot 6 is a 5-star rune, so hopefully we can find replacements for that. The accuracy is really high. The crit rate is pretty respectable, and the crit damage could be a little bit higher, but honestly, I can't really complain too much since the speed for attack, crit damage, attack is fairly decent. So improvements for this Vero, of course, is going to be higher attack, higher crit damage, and even higher speed if we can. Again, likes to use time to loot with one monster left. Of course, that's what Galleon does best. So we also have Lupinus here, who's a little bit slower and is meant to be the max HP based nuker. We could also put Lucian here, although I'm not sure about how consistent the Lucian is going to be, because right now this Lucian is very slow. That's the main reason we're not using Lucian in Giants currently. Now, if we had a slot 1 for this Lucian that had like 20 speed and 20 crit rate, it would be really ideal. But we don't really have any runes in slot 1 that have high crit rate and high speed together. So putting this Lucian in the team when he's not ever really going to get a turn that matters is not worth it. Eventually, we may very well put this Lucian on a speed crit damage attack build. I know that sounds really weird for some people, but if you can't hit the speed through the substats, hitting speed in slot 2 on a fatal set isn't always a terrible option. Right now we don't really have a speed slot 2 that's amazing. I guess we can check here for some good speed slot 2 if it's on anyone else. This Blade Rune is maybe okay. It's got 11% crit rate and a little bit of attack, but ideally we would have like a Fatal Rune here. Again, another rune. I mean, if we had a Re-Up Stone, maybe I'd test it, but we don't. So we need to obviously farm more Giants so that we can get better runes. But we're going to hop right into this and let it do its thing and see how it goes. So we're going to push play and... Okay, now that Tashar goes third, which is really nice. That was the most important thing, was to make sure Tashar went right after the Veramos. It's already bad enough that... wow, Tashar's not using the third skill. That's so sad. It's already bad enough that we have... Wow! See? And this is the kind of RNG you have to fight when building any sort of team. And now Tashar's going to use the third skill, of course, when there's no defense breakup. But this is the kind of RNG you have to fight when building a team, so trying to optimize your team to counteract that is going to be the biggest thing. But honestly, right here, having the Tashar move third is really exciting because, like I said, it's bad enough to have Vero moving right after Galleon, but before having Sigmaris potentially and Lupinus move before Tashar was not something you wanted to see. So even there, we were able to take out one of the crystals and refresh the Tempest. So the reason Tashar is really good here is not only the massive damage numbers, but if you kill a unit with the third skill on Tashar, then you will come on, you'll be able to refresh the Tempest. So what happened there was Veromos wasn't able to cleanse the defense break. This means that
So
we
does
didn't land.
that mean he's to be faster? Or
No. The problem is it's really hard to tell whether a unit has to be faster or slower when you have so many attack bar manipulation effects. We have attack bar manipulation from Galleon, we have attack bar manipulation from Lupinus, as well as having a slow from Lupinus. And any one of those factors can cause an inconsistency in your team that could potentially lose the run. Which is why ideally we would take out Lupinus here for a Lucian. And another defense breaker is another way to make this team really consistent, because relying on Galleon is really, really annoying. Also because defense break is so important in this team. We don't really have another AoE defense breaker. And, well, I guess we do on your account, but we don't have any damage dealer based AoE nukers. So our next best bet would be a single target nuker that provides some sort of single target defense break relatively consistently. A good option might be Stella, because Stella's got a defense break, attack bar reduction, and branding. You can see there, our Galleon landed the attack bar reduction. So the important things are, we either land one attack bar reduction with Galleon or one attack bar reduction with Lupinus. And if we do that, this team is speed tuned perfectly to work well. However, if either one of those doesn't land, those are like the cases where we lose. And being that Galleon likes to prioritize his second skill over his time to loot, we should almost always see those. There we go, that's the Tempest we want to see, but Galleon didn't land the AoE defense break. If he did, then that Tempest would have killed the entire wave. And that's why Tashar is so good. As long as there's a defense break, Tashar will always AoE kill something. Which means that Tashar's Tempest will always be up. And thanks to Vero's really impressive damage, we can bring a reliable cleanser, as well as still having a pretty good single target nuker for some of the waves leading up to the boss. And Vero's here, if anyone's curious, damage dealer Vero is here because the big thing that's going to kill your team in runs is going to be having a defense break on you and having the boss attack you. Vero should most of the time prevent that from happening. Now if Vero's faster, if Vero's unviolent, or if you have it perfectly speed tuned with no attack bar manipulation effects on your team, then you'll have even higher consistency, but just having a Vero in the team in general is already going to increase the chances of your success, because a non-defense broken target isn't always going to instantly die to the giant. You can see there only 8k on a wind monster, and it wasn't a glancing hit, so there we got our one attack bar reduction effect that we needed, and now we have the AoE, or the attack break from Sigmaris, as well as the max HP base damage. So we've got two units here that deal max HP base damage. We've got two AoE, or three AoEs here. I mean, we've got a fair amount of consistency. I don't really care about Vero's AoE as much. He helps during the mid-boss wave, just keeping those golems locked down so they don't slow our runs down, which is kind of nice, but other than that, he's not really super useful for other things. He is really good in Dragon's damage dealer Vero, so he's multi-purpose, as is Sigmaris and Galleon, but we're not as worried about other dungeons right now as we are with Giants. Speeding up the Giants team, making it more consistent is going to be our primary goal. Also, with this account, having the monsters that it has, we can easily get this account into Conqueror. It has a Lucian, it has a Tashar, it has Varad and Wind Panda, all units that are very, very viable in PvP in some way or another, so I guarantee that we can build at least some kind of team to push her up to consistent Fighter 3. Another thing is TOA. This account with the monsters it has also has a lot of potential for clearing TOA hard. It has a Thrain, it has a Manchura, it has the, of course it has Vero, but it has the Varad, which can be really, really huge because that AoE attack bar reduction really makes TOA a cakewalk. So we're going to be set in those departments as long as we can get the runes to support those.
And I don't have those runes.
Not yet.
Yeah.
The thing about runes in Summoner's War, though, is they will come eventually. Even though it sucks if you don't have them when you have the monsters, as long as you continuously farm, you'll continuously have opportunities to get those runes. Speaking of farming, I forgot about the Leica account.
Oh, are you using the fire?
Yeah, I'm currently on the fire with the Leica account.
That's it.
I'm loving the fire, by the way, for Summoner's War. This is not even a plug for Amazon because there's no sponsorship agreement or anything. I'm not paid to say this. I love the fire for Summoner's War. I've seen 0 crashes. It's consistently like high performance. You can tell that Summoner's War is pretty high up on like resource allocation, so you can tell that it's taking a lot for the fire to run it. However, the gameplay is consistently smooth, and I play it for upwards of 10 hours a day, and there's no issues, so I call it a pretty good device, especially since it's really, really affordable, especially when compared to something like an iPhone or an iPad. Hey, it's Mr. Sunny. This Evo event is preventing me from farming for runes. I know, right? Luckily, on an account like Starry Nights, where she's been accumulating resources forever, I have plenty of food. Man. So, it's looking like we either need to have a more reliable source of damage, more reliable source of attack bar reduction, or a faster Veramos. There's a bunch of different things we can try. We could also try just 86ing Veramos for another unit. Also, is Sigmaris even runed up still? I forgot we stole a rune from Sigmaris.
Remember when Lynn was in my team?
Lynn was pretty good. Yeah, Lynn does a really good amount of damage to the mid-boss. What are we looking for? We need crit rate, because we have 2 blade runes, so we need crit rate, crit damage accuracy, crit damage, speed, crit damage. The problem is we need like at least 10%. Probably be better if we had more crit rate. So this is going to be the highest crit rate we can obtain right here, just for now. There we go. There's our attack stat coming back. 80% crit rate could be better. It's still pretty good. I'm gonna head to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna let the run go, and then I'll come back and see how it performed.
It's my account. He's working on a new series, working on other people's account, I think, for a week. Hi again. Blue.
I am back. This is Starry Night's account. She's the one who's currently in the call with me. Yeah, I'm very jealous of her monsters as well. She has all the monsters I don't have, but wish I did. Very premium monster.
I want your
box.
Fae though.
Yeah, you want my Fae. Of course you do. Everybody wants Fae. And then here's her Amarna, which was her Fame in Hell scroll, or Fame in Normal scroll. Here's her Dark Dice Magician. What's his name? Oh no. I guess I have to look it up. Or I guess I have to check the monster collection area. Monty, that's what it is. Monty's really, really cool for special RTA. He's insane. He's insane in regular RTA too. She also has Dova. I can't remember if I think Dova's a Nat 3. Right? No, come on. Dova's a Nat 4 as well. She's got a bunch of really good LD Nat 4s, and she's complaining about my Fae. She's got a bunch of really quality stuff. She also has almost all the LD Nat 3s.
I also want the boomerangs.
Yeah, the LD boomerangs, right? That'd be your luck. You'd like pull the LD boomerangs and not have the runes for them. They're pretty cool too. They look more fun than anything. The dark boomerang, I believe, is the one I saw that I was really interested in. I can't remember all the skills off the top of my head though. I really love this transmog on Tishar too.
Me
Looks
too.
really awesome.
I love watching the runs sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best part about transmogs is they're really refreshing to see. So I think I want to put some other form of defense breaker in this team, and if I do, I'm gonna be removing
Sig.
Lupinus.
No.
Why do you want to
I don't
remove
really
Sig?
like Sig.
No,
Because he keeps dying.
I mean because he's a water monster. It's either gonna be him, Galleon, or Vero. They won't prioritize wind monsters. Well, the crystals might.
Because they're neutral.
Yeah, because crystals don't care. Crystals are like Theomars. They don't care. What do you mean Sig keeps? Sig is the thing keeping this team alive, really, with the 44% dungeon speed lead. Plus the attack break on the giant is pretty nice. However, it shouldn't matter too much. I guess we can remove... We could play around with runes. I mean, you still have a 1 minute and 8 second time. Let's see what else we can do. I don't think you have any 5-star units I want to like play around and put in the team. I haven't checked through your storage a lot, but the only other thing I consider putting in this team, of course, is Lucian. The thing is, Lucian really needs more speed. Maybe we just gimp Sig. I don't know why I've been trying to work Sig into this team so hard. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, we're gonna go to Fatal Runes, and we're gonna steal anything from Sig that we think looks nice. Speed crit rate and attack looks pretty nice. And
Did you say that Sig's lead was speed?
No, 44% HP dungeon lead.
Okay.
So in dungeons, your team gets more HP, which means, you know, a little bit more survivability. This could be a good rune. Okay, we're gonna build this Lucian as fast as we can. The problem is, I'm really worried about... Maybe I shouldn't be. You got so many good runes just sitting here. I don't want to take this rune for him. There's so many runes where I'm just like, I don't want to take that rune for him just because it's like a waste of stats. I know it's a Lucian. No Lucian is a waste of stats, right? But like if we give Lucian like whatever, this 40% accuracy from all these runes we're giving him. So he needs more crit rate, so let's give him more crit rate if we can. That's a high attack percent rune. So this is going to be the way that we end up. Ooh, his is faster than 6. Okay, that's going to be the way that we end up keeping attack percent on slot 2, is by putting in these kinds of runes. This is better. Yes. No, it's not better. What am I talking about? It's a blade rune, though. Sometimes it's hard to argue with the blade rune. Man, that has a lot of crit rate, but we lose like 10 speed. If we have a better slot 1, I'd be more than happy to... Oh, this is almost comparable. Oh, we get the crit damage in place of the attack. So, maybe comparable. There's going to be a lot of playing around with runes. That's going to be most of the series. I feel like most of the series we're going to be like burning through your mana playing around with runes.
I have a good amount of mana anyways, right?
Yeah, well, you had 7 million when we started today. So, we're burning through it pretty quickly. So this rune is better in every way, so we might end up with that. High crit rate rune. I don't think we have a better option. And we don't have any speed on that rune anyway, so... We do this, so Lucian loses 5 crit rate. I don't like that at all. I don't like that we're losing 5 crit rate on Lucian. Because that's going to come back to bite us. Alright, well we have to sacrifice some crit damage then for some more some more crit rate if it's on a 5-star run. Because what do we need? We need like a lot of crit rate still. Maybe slot 6s. This is really sad. I actually
How
don't
much
know.
are we losing?
It's probably gonna end up being a lot. Right now this would be 250k. But it is for your Lucian. We'll try it for now. Yes.
Sunny
How
is
high of a crit rate?
asking.
Oh, always 85. I mean, on Lucian, just for the maximum efficiency. Just to make sure that Lucian is critting as often as possible. You don't like Sig, we'll take him out. Just for you. We're going to put Lucian attack lead then, though. Rather than using the Vero lead, I might as well just aim for more damage. So Vero goes after, Lucian goes before Tashar. I kind of like that more.
I want them faster anyways.
Well, faster is going to be good for PvP as well. It's not only going to benefit your dungeons. I just wish Tashar would just always use his 3rd skill. Every time it's up. Time to loop. Perfect.
Is he
Amputation
max
magic.
skilled?
Oh, beautiful. His 1st skill is not max skilled. His 2nd and 3rd skills are.
Oh,
So-
I probably got other monsters.
What do you mean?
First I got Tashar, and then I think the following week I got Wind Panda.
No, I feel like Vared came first.
Oh,
I feel like Vared might have came before Wind Panda. This definitely feels faster, but we won't. No, I'd also scarier. Oh, we're dead. Yep. Absolutely dead. Okay.
oh.
Well, that was a Galleon fail. And we had no attack bar reduction, so Lupinus didn't hit her 3rd skill at all, so I don't know. We're gonna play around some more. See, I don't like Lucian in this team still. It's just disappointing me. Because I just feel like you're not hitting, you don't have enough survivability with the Lucian lead.
So it's the wrong choice to take out Sig?
I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, that was only one run, so we'll do a few runs and we'll play around with them a little bit more. That looked really nice, though. That looked gorgeous. The problem is, like, we'll see that one round and then we'll never see that kind of result again. But when we get to mid-boss, we, like, as long as we have the defense break up, we shred through the mid-boss. So our mid-boss time is really fast. I feel like if we finish this run, it could be, like, sub 1 minute. There's a defense break. Okay, that was the one thing Lupinus had to do and she did it. And then Vero cleansed. Okay. I feel like that was okay. Let's see, what is this, 1 minute time? I feel like the boss wave took a little bit too long. 48 seconds. Holy crap. Okay. 48 second time. And then a really
That's
weird
a
run.
decent run.
I don't know what
No?
to say about that. Well, it has no speed. That's the big problem. So it has no speed. So you're not going to use it on any of your main supports. But it's defense and has HP, attack, and accuracy. So I don't know. That's pretty good. Your fastest time is 41 seconds, which I think was with the same team, just runed differently. But it was like that team was so inconsistent. I really like Lupinus Vero here. Just because the chance of like getting CC and preventing any stupid stuff from happening is nice. Okay, get the defense. Of course you don't defense break. The big thing is the defense break. So we might even take out Vero for a defense breaker. But if we do... Why are you typing that in Discord? Nice. It's like anime language. Oh, before I forget, before someone calls me too.
Sorry, Sunny, I don't know what NSO is.
Before someone calls me during the game, I'm putting on Do Not Disturb. Because that'll drive me nuts.
Wow, Han.
What?
Been put do not disturb before.
No. Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Oh. But what does it mean?
Oh
Does it
my
mean
god.
anything?
For somebody who's like so obsessed with watching animes, I'm surprised you don't know.
I haven't been watching animes for a while now.
It doesn't
Okay?
matter though.
Okay?
I don't watch animes at all. I'm as white as it gets. I'm like non-weeb white dude. And I knew. Weeb much? No. The only like the closest
Do you
thing
know
I
what
get to
that means
watching,
then?
because it's just really obvious. If you've been like even close to the culture at all, I feel like you've heard the word.
I heard the word, but I never knew what that means.
Naisu? I felt like it was self-explanatory.
What is it?
What do you mean nice? It means nice.
Oh.
What? Oh my god.
Oh
Will you allow me to
my
call you senpai? Absolutely. Go ahead.
God. Senpai knows me.
Yeah, see, you know that. I know that one too. Oh, we didn't get a defense break. Rip. Is that really that rip when we don't get a defense break? Is it really over? I think so. I think if we don't get a defense break and... Oh, look at that damage though. 42k from Tishar's second skill? Like, that's just stupid. Nice in a bad Asian accent. There we go. This is cool. I mean, this is working. It didn't work the one time because I don't know why. But I guess the only problem is if Galleon does Galleon things. So this team fails whatever. One out of 4 times. That's not good. That's terrible. I guess if a Galleon kills any team. The true trick to making a really good speed team is finding a way to eliminate Galleon. Like, you want a good speed team, double Lucian, Tishar, Hraesvelg, and then some other defense breaker. And if you do that, you're set. Because you don't really need a defense breaker, but you can have a defense breaker there. And you have Hraesvelg, who always uses his third skill regardless, and its uptime is better than Galleon's. He also has the speed buff. And then he gives both the Lucians attack buffs, so they can just do their ignore defense nuke. And then, I mean, in fact, you might even be able to take out Tishar. Tishar's a nice backup. You might be able to take out Tishar for like a Lin.
I would like Lin.
Yeah. Double Lucian, Lin, Hraesvelg, Galleon. I mean, I guess you could keep Galleon in there and just have Hraesvelg, because you only need the attack buff, really, if you're doing double Lucian. And then the only place you need the defense break is from the mid-boss. But even then, you might as well just have a defense breaker. That's why I like the twins so much, right? They have self-attack buff, and any one of them can provide some sort of defense break.
I wish you could take out that whole thing about me saying Miso.
It's too late now. It's on the internet. Never disappears.
No!
Yep. Welcome to the internet, hon. Look at that. Look at that Vero damage. 18k. See? This is why we have Vero here. Somebody tried to tell me that Vero does garbage damage. It was in chat, and this dude, I think he was like Challenger 2. So he was like level like 46, 47, but you could tell he was pay to win just because the sheer number of nat 5s he had. And that his time on the account was only like 2 months long. And someone was asking if Vero had any other purpose, and that dude chimed in and he's like, no, Vero's garbage after your slow GB10. And I put in there, I'm like, well, if your runes are good enough, you could do damage dealer Vero to add consistency to your teams. I was trying to give a real answer. And this level 47 dude wanted to just go back and forth with me. And I'm like, honestly, if you look at the multiplier for Vero, you can actually see that his speed-based attack multiplier is the same as Theomar's, so you can see comparable numbers. He's like, no, dude, you're making that up. I'm like, well, you can check the Wikipedia page if you don't believe me. He's like, no, it's not worth it. Vero's a garbage monster. And I'm like, well, do you want to see him in RTA? You know, I could show you his damage. He's like, sure, pick Vero. I won't ban him. He'll go through. I don't care what you pick. Otherwise, I'll smoke you. I don't care what level you are. And so we went into RTA. I think I had Megan, Galleon, Veramos, and then my other picks were like Bella and Bernard. So it was just a bunch of random picks. Everything else was nothing compared to Vero. Then I went in there, and of course he said he wasn't going to ban my Vero, and he didn't. and he banned Galleon, and he let Vero Bernard go through, and which was a mistake, because Bernard sped up my team, then Galleon went, and my Veramos is, I believe, 215 speed, not, oh, it failed, 215 speed, not taking into account speed towers. So my Vero went, and he hit 38k on whatever monster he had, and then he left. Didn't say anything else in the chat after that.
Wow.
I was really surprised. I was like, okay. I mean, he said Vero couldn't do damage, and then I wanted to show him Vero can do damage. He's a Theomars. He does the same first skill as Theomars, and the first skill on Theomars is what does all the damage. So
I'm
he
getting
stopped
more
it.
bits.
Yeah. Of course you are. I feel like most people
I'm
like.
at 92.
Really? You're saving up for your 100 so you could do your bit donation?
Yep.
That's cute, huh? I feel like a lot of people have a really single-minded mindset when it comes to units. Like, they see a unit and the unit is already categorized a certain way, and like, oop, there goes Tushar, and they refuse to see the unit in any other way than like what they believe at first sight that it is. You know, like people see. I feel like a lot of people will see Vero and they're just like, no, he's a support unit, or. And this, I mean, this happens for so many units. There's so many units in the game you can build damage on. I mean, I've seen, like...
Actually, I felt like that because
Yeah?
I don't really understand the game. So whatever they were categorized as, I thought it was just for that.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, in most cases, that's kind of true just because their base stats don't always support it. But, like, the Vero on my little brother's account that is built speed HP on the violent runes the game gives you, they all rolled into attack substats. So he has pretty high base attack, almost double his base attack. And, like plus 700 base attack or something like that, just from his substats. And his Vero hits really hard too. With attack buff defense break, his Vero hits like 12k on a random crit, with no crit damage or crit rate subs. So, I mean, Vero does some serious damage. And that's true for a lot of units that people use. Like, for example, Ganymede and RTA. You can build a damage dealer Ganymede, or you could build whatever. You could build a lot of units with some damage. And that's what people do at high levels. Like Yan Hong, for example, the light Sky Dancer that everybody drools over. She's meant to be a speed HP or speed HP defense, or she was originally made to be like a support unit. You could 100% build her on speed, crit damage, attack, and have her do massive damage, and still do her ridiculous healing if your runes are just that good. And really, that's what it comes down to, is you can really build any unit differently than they're meant to be used, and they might perform better. But you just kind of have to look at their kits, and you have to experiment with the different stuff and see what works best. So, in Vero's case, it just happened to be that he has the same multiplier as Theomars. So, and I noticed that right away, and I was like, oh, damage dealer Vero makes sense. And I've always wanted to do a damage dealer Vero. It's so cool. He just looks like a unit that wants to do a huge number of damage. You know?
It would be cool to get a transmog for him too.
Yeah? Is that what you want your next transmog to be, or you want it to be like Lucian or something?
Either him or Lucian.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else is good. I'm not a big fan of the Wind Panda transmog. I like the RTA Wind Panda more. I feel like the one they released for everyone else just has like, I don't know, it's like a bad reskin. Okay, get back to that. We definitely need to get more crit rate on Lucian. I love these big numbers. Like just watching your team is so much fun. It's not as cool, I guess, as watching the twins sometimes, because it's really fun to watch the twins fight, which is like my main reason why I like them in my teams. But just like the huge numbers you see every time they attack, 46k from Tashar and defense break, and ignore defense with Lucian. It's pretty neat. Now, what else could we do here? I don't know if there's anyone else we can remove, really. I don't know,
how long will you be mainly on my account?
Well, I'm gonna grind it as much as I would grind my own account. Oh, that's a good question for anybody watching. So for anybody watching, when I do these accounts, so the average amount of time I grind in a day is ridiculous, and no one's gonna believe me. It's between 12 and 14 hours a day that I grind Summoner's War, while I'm doing
Maybe
other
24.
things. Yeah, like 24 26 hours a day, no, but I usually have multiple devices going. Like in this case, I have the Fire going. Sometimes I have the iPad next to me. Currently, I'm on my phone with the stream. But I have, 5 or 6 devices at my disposal or available for my use, throughout the day. And so I'm constantly able to farm on all the different accounts, the alternate accounts and the test accounts and all that kind of stuff. And for when I do this series, I'm going to be farming on whoever's account that I'm on as often as I would farm on my own account. So in the case of this account, I'm going to be farming whatever the 15 hours a day. And we lose again. Man, that's really terrible. When our Vero dies, we really get screwed over.
For
Nope.
how long?
So between the 12 and 14 hours a day, I'm going to be grinding on it, just as if it was my own account. The question is, can we go YOLO? I think that...
What I mean is, per week or a month?
I don't know how many hours total per month.
No, are you gonna be on doing this?
I'm not sure. I haven't really decided yet. We're going to see how much progress we can get. I'm going to try to document the progress as many days per week as I can. So maybe I'll do like 2 or 3 streams per week where I'm doing this whole account improvement thing. Maybe a little bit more or less. We will see though.
What do you think is another unit that would help?
Lynn has a lot of potential just because her single target damage output is massive, so she could speed up this boss stage. That's why I just put Sigmaris in here instead of Lupinus even, because Lupinus is cool, but I feel like she's too inconsistent and she actually throws off the runs too much, because I don't know why, I feel like we were relying on her a little bit too much. The time was a little faster too. We got a 57-second run. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think I like Sig in here a little more. What?
With Lupinus, we had the 48-second.
Yeah, we did. But just because a run is faster doesn't mean it's better. Because if it's not sustainable, it's not worth it. What if I use the same team but Sig lead? I've done that before. That was the previous team that I did.
You did it, but without Lucian.
Yeah, without Lucian. Instead of Lucian, we had Lupinus in here. Sneezes in Spanish. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? I'm also addicted to the memes. What's up? Welcome to the stream. So,
Spanish.
Man, the Galleon defense break. Oh my god, he never lands it. At least he lands that attack by reduction. So that's what we need. So Sig here is going to be doing more of that damage. I think if we could get Lyn to a solid 180% crit damage and then 100% crit rate, maybe we could replace Sig. I just don't know if we can replace Sig with her yet. He also helps during the waves, which is kind of nice because he gives us the ability to freeze the enemies. Yeah, the AoE that can freeze enemies. Also helps with clear time if Lucian or Tashar derps. He could also use AoE. Someone's going to use their AoE in the first round and in the second round. There will always be an AoE up for some reason. There we go. There's another good AoE.
Button.
What? What's up? Thanks for the bits, son. You could
Now, wait.
There's bit emote things. When you cheer, you can actually select different emote
I like
things.
that one.
You could also, but I'm saying you could drop off more. You could do more bits for the same amount of money or the same amount of bits, and it drops off, split into more gems. I don't know how to describe it, but you could split the bit into multiple gems. This is really ridiculous. We'll try with Tashar lead. The problem is, with the Sigmaris lead, the problem is more HP isn't the problem, because even with more HP, we're still going to die on defense break, right? So having that damage might actually be more important for the run speed, because if we kill the giant fast enough, we don't have to worry about any of that.
You need your own bit thing.
What bit thing?
Like your face on it or something?
No,
I thought you had one.
I don't. I don't have a customized bit.
Oh,
I've customized the
sorry, I
moat
got
now.
distracted.
I've customized the moat now, but that's about it. Okay, let's use some Sig just AoE cleared that way. That's pretty nice. You can still take a giant smack. I don't know if I can. This team is really squishy. I mean, except for Galleon, and even with attack, we'll see. We're not going to see him attack here. Yeah, Lucian just took a smack. I guess the Sig lead helps with that. Yeah, I mean, if it ends up at the same time or similar time, then I'm not going to complain about it. We have 700 crystals on your account, which is nice. We could easily get another like 1,000 crystals from your TOA and TOA hard team, because I know you can do TOA 100 no problem with your team, and you could probably clear to TOA hard 50 by autoing.
You don't
So-
know how hard it was for me to not buy that dragon, the crystal dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crystal dragon.
I mean, it
building.
pays off after what, it was like 7 months or something. It takes a while for it to pay off, but eventually it pays off, and then you just start getting free crystals.
Yeah,
The giant is nice
That's
because
why
you
I
can buy
wanna
it
get
right
it.
off. I mean, the earlier you get it, the better.
so. But then
Yeah.
I would have 200 crystals.
Yeah, not anytime soon. Next month. Next month's TOA, you can get that, or not
Okay.
get it at all. I mean, you don't really need it
Right.
per se.
Okay, I don't need it, but I want it.
Because you want to get a few extra crystals per day.
Yes.
I guess for your style of play in the long run, it'd be worth it. Because you accumulate a lot of crystals. I usually have to come on your account to like summon premium packs so that your crystals could be used up. Does she have a Hua? No, she does not. Hua would be decent for this team just to take out the crystals along the way. Although, to be honest, with Tashar's ability to just one-hit the crystals anyways. Oh my god, Vero. Clutch this out. Thank you. That was scary.
That was scary.
Yeah, Hua's decent for the attack bar reduction on the boss too.
The only thing I know about flying is that she's good for giants.
Yeah, giants, dragons, necro, everywhere. Just everywhere. Except for like maybe arena offense, Hua can be used just about anywhere. Guild War defense, she's kind of weak too unless you have her on a really strong raid build, but
What, did you say offense or no?
yeah, everywhere except for like Guild War defense and arena offense. Arena offense, she's not amazing. They're just better speed-based nukers.
It'd be cool to get her.
Yeah, she's a fun unit. I have her 6-starred on my Leica account.
Do you use it?
I do when I mess around with my Galleon offense. She got my fastest team, but you were thinking of just, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too when you said that. Attack bar pushback is really nice. The thing is, we shouldn't need that. The thing is that the unit should either be fast enough or have enough damage where you don't need the attack bar pushback. Because if you're relying on it, it's like it's one more piece of RNG that you just have to hope falls into place correctly. The other problem is Lucian's multi-hits can sometimes get in the way with this team. Especially since this Lucian only does 7k, 7.5k per card. But it's pretty okay. This team's pretty okay. It's like, at least it's consistently under 110 for the most part. So.
Yeah, the other one was, I think, sub 130.
Yeah, that was you're using a Megan Bella comp before, I feel like. Just because that was consistent more often. There we go, we'll take that. And then a Galleon time to loot here. And of course it gets resisted. So maybe we'll work on getting Galleon to like at least 70% accuracy. Because for the mid-boss is the only place in Giants where more accuracy helps.
But then we rage at him when he doesn't do anything.
Oh, we'll rage at him anyways. But currently I think he's only like 45 or 50. I feel like his accuracy is not amazing. I could be wrong. I think my Galleon's accuracy is like 70%, and I still get pissed at my Galleon. Especially when I'm attacking when I'm using time to loot on a nuker. Like the only person who needs to get a defense break on them is a nuker, and Galleon doesn't land it because I'm like, I know he doesn't have resistance. But that's just how RNG works. Oh, we're dead here too? Yeah, like, so Sig can't take a smack from the Giant. But that doesn't matter. 1 minute, 4 seconds. I mean, it's not terrible. Team's not terrible. It definitely has room for improvement. So let's look at the runs real quick. Yeah,
I
Gallion's
can't
pretty
wait
squish.
for that end result.
I know, right? Do we have upgrades for Galleon? I don't think so. Wow, the thing is, you just have no 6-star slot 4s or 6s. Just on your whole
Yeah.
account, you have like no 6-star slot 4s or 6s.
Everything else is all flat.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. I can't believe that, actually. How about for the slot 2? Do we have a Swift slot 2 upgrade? Because we want more accuracy if we can get it.
Hey, morning, Reed.
Use Lupinus for Vero. The problem is I like Vero for the cleanse on that defense break. So if we put in Lupinus and take out Vero, we're going more for the YOLO route. We can try it though. We're just screwing around on the account right now, seeing what we can do. I think Lynn is actually no, she's not runned up currently. She's like torn to pieces, but she is max skilled, which is nice.
I really liked her too.
Yeah, Lynn's cool. See, but if we're going for the YOLO team again, if we take out Vero and put in Lupinus, we might as well add the damage anyways. Because at that point we just need enough damage to kill. Because we can't just go halfway for YOLO or halfway for safe, because if we do that we end up with a really crappy mix. We're not super fast and we're not super reliable. Because if we're not going to be like a really high reliability on the team, then we might as well be really high speed so we can just get the runs over with. You know?
Yeah, I just want them fast and strong.
Yeah. And let's see. I mean, if you're doing a crap ton of runs every day, having a very slightly, and I'm talking like a 1% difference in reliability for like 5 to 10 second time is like worth it. But if you're only going to do your like whatever, use your energy up every day, then it might actually be more worth it to just have a more stable team. And Gallion's resisted. And look, no Vero here, we die. Oh, maybe not. Lupinus. See, but if Lupinus doesn't land that, and even still, we're just waiting on Galleon forever. I did not like this run. This run was not pretty.
Okay.
It's still 1 minute 3, yeah?
So are you saying that you want them more tanky instead of
No,
fast
I just
and
want more
strong?
damage. I just want more damage. That's the only thing that matters for me. Yeah. I like having Sig here. I really love Sig's AoEs because with time to loot, Sig's third skill one hits. Anything that has defense breaks, Sig's skill will one hit if it crits. Yeah, her Vero's damage dealer Vero. It's not like the Vero's just sitting here for cleanse. The Vero hits about 18k, so it does decent damage. It does more single target damage with the first hit than any other unit on this team without defense break. So, in case Galleon derps, also the dots a lot of times can come in handy for the mid boss and for the boss. So the team could actually pick it, or Vero could actually pick it up if someone derps. Which is another thing that's really nice. Now having a speed slot 2 on that Vero might actually be better. The Vero's not speed tuned because before this team was using Lupinus, and if you have Lupinus on your team, speed tuning your team other than just turn order is kind of useless because you have so much inconsistency. But look, you can see right there.
So are you gonna put a speed on him now?
Probably not.
No? Okay.
And again, it's just this team is scary. Everything this team does just sends chills down my spine. I've never dealt with such account inconsistency. Or maybe it's just been so long since I've had anything that resembles that on my account that I don't know what to expect. But I don't have a Lucian. I don't have a Tashar. and I've never had any sort of inconsistency. I've never had units that I could use as a crutch. I think that's the biggest thing, is anytime I've like built a speed team, it's because I've got just good rune quality, and I just put all my best rune quality on the team so that I can just smash giants. I just destroy it. And here it's like I feel like we're kind of pushing our luck.
Oh, my runes are that bad.
No, they're not bad. It's just we're relying on your unit's damage rather than relying, on solely good runes. Because all the units that I used in my Giants team were like pretty much nat 4s or units that kind of hit like wet noodles. And so I really had to rely on really, really strong runes in order to make the teams work. Nice amp magic, Lucian. Okay. Yeah, so Vero landed his stuff there. That was good. There's the amp magic. Okay. I mean, yeah. So this team's okay. We just gotta keep farming with it. That's the biggest thing. We need those 6-star runes. And I feel like
it's the first day.
Yeah, this is the first day. This is the first day of many. We're gonna go through all the crystals and use up most of the mana on this account, and we're gonna make it better. So this is the baseline. Just so everybody knows, 5-star runes on Vero, Lucian and Tishar aren't fast enough, and I had to lose crit damage on both of them and crit rate on both of them in order to get this down. And we're gonna see what we could do in like 2 weeks to a month. Like I said, we're gonna find out what the best amount of time is for this by the end of the series. Oh, and if you guys want your accounts to be up next, you can comment in the comment section or message me privately. I know it's weird, people don't want strangers on their account, I totally understand. But if you think your account needs some kind of improvement that you don't know how to do, or you just want to have some fun and watch somebody look like an idiot on your account, then I'll be your guy. Just make sure that you have like sufficient crystals to farm and maybe a little bit of starting mana so I can have a little bit of wiggle room. If you hand me an account that has nothing, I mean, I could get you into GB10 within the month, but I'm not going to be able to make huge progress. Hopefully most of the accounts are going to have some kind of base to start, and we'll work up from there. But yeah, the more foundation the better, just so that I have something to work with. Because I'm not going to be able to make you a Conqueror 1 player if all you have is a 6-starred fire slime.
Poor
It's not
slime.
gonna. Yeah. Rest in peace, slime. 2015 6-star. This team's yeah. The only problem with this team is Galleon. Most unavoidable problem in Summoner's War. I just want to get more accuracy on him. It'll just make me feel better on the inside. But you can see Vero is tuned perfectly to move right after the tower. I knew I did this. There was at some point I did actual math. And I found out the right speed for Vero, and it had to be at least 170 something. I always have I have a ridiculous amount of papers in my desk of all the math I'm constantly doing in Summoner's War. This is so weird, but it has 6
So
speed and 8
organized.
defense. I'm keeping it for an Orion rune. Just if anyone's curious where I'm keeping that resistance slot 6. Orion's pretty good with the resistance because you can mess with people, and it's swift, so if it rolls fast, it's still a good rune. Let's see. We've got some runes somewhere. Some rune stuff. So many folded up pieces of paper with sketches on one side and Summoner's War math on the other.
Yep, so
Those are my days. If anyone's curious, my day is what am I gonna learn in Summoner's War today? I try to learn something every day though. Every single day I try to make a conscious effort to grow my mental database of Summoner's War knowledge. And I think I do an okay job of doing that. Recently.
I like your rune crafting.
What rune crafting?
Your rune crafting about Lucians.
Oh, you want to theory craft?
Oh yeah, that
When
one.
I build up Lucians with the runes I don't have. It's so much fun though to look at theoretical builds for monsters, find out which ones are going to do the most damage. this was a piece of paper talking about all the food monsters that you need to level up. The amount of 2 stars. Yeah, so the run, it's like, I don't know, 85%. That's just an arbitrary number though. I have speed team data for dragons.
I felt like the last one, the last team before this was probably
A lot less consistent, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, so I have potential speed
It's a little
team.
demoralizing watching my team fail all the time.
Yeah, it is. It makes you not want to farm. 'Cause you're like, oh, this is just a waste of time. Let's see. I have all my raid stuff. If anyone's ever curious about raids and wants to know really in-depth stuff that'll make your brain melt, I have a ridiculous amount of notes talking about... this is actually really organized, too. This is a piece of paper I wouldn't mind screenshotting or scanning into my computer. Because it's on graph paper, and I made really in-depth notes. How fast is her safe team? Her safe team wasn't so safe. Her safe team was less consistent than this.
Yep.
The way her runes like just have been pulled, it's like she's not made for a safe team. Although her slot 3s are nuts. If you're looking for an account with good slot 3s, she's pulled like 10 really, really high quality Swift and Energy legendary slot 3 runes that have just turned out insane. So at least we know her slot 3s are going to be solid.
The slot 4s and 6, I've been getting resistance.
Oh, they're terrible. I mean,
Or
if it
flat.
has 6 speed, and it's like a purple or better rune, you can keep a resistance slot 6. Because you could roll it for like an Orion.
Yeah, but there's not good substats.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
like a weird
reasonable.
rune, so it's resistance, main
That's most
stat,
runes,
and then crit damage, and then probably something flat.
Yeah. It seems like that's a lot of runes in Giants, though. You just have to farm through it. That's the thing. If you farm enough, right? The only way to beat RNG, like the rune drop RNG in this game, is to farm enough to like counterbalance it. Because it's like there's a probability and all this stuff. You like ridiculous amounts. Like farming 200 crystals a day is when you'll start to see like runes you want to see.
Wow.
Or at least that's what I found on
Well,
my
that's why I
account.
have you.
Yeah, that's why I'm farming on your account this month. But we'll see how much progress we can get. I'm really excited about this series though, because I don't really spend dedicated time on your account. Like I'll hop on your account once a week just to see what you're up to. And now that I have the series going, I have like legitimate, unavoidable motivation to get on here every day. So
Mm-hmm. So does that mean that I go on your account now?
if you want to watch Dragons runs all day, you can go ahead and do Dragons runs. Oh, also,
Okay.
if anybody needs a farming guild, I just opened up a new farming guild because the last one I was in had guild leaders that had really poor communication skills and constantly removed my alternate account as well as Starry Knight's account from the Guild Wars, even though they were active accounts, and they would put in accounts that were inactive for more than 90 days. So I don't understand what that was all about. But if you're looking for a low-level farming guild, pretty much we're going to stay within the Fighter 1 to Fighter 3 Guild War rating range. Then I have plenty of openings, Cookie Space Club ! And yeah, we're looking for attackers. So if you guys need a farming guild, that's that. I'll probably just fill it up with whatever. I'll fill it up like halfway with just the alternate accounts. I think I've got almost enough for wars. I think I've got almost enough for wars between the main and the alternate accounts. So
I need
We'll
my
just-
Theo.
your Theomars, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm close. The thing is, the only thing I'm sad about when it comes to leaving that guild is that I was in the war every week. I was in the war every single week. I think just
Well,
because
I
I was the
was
top
there.
contributor. No, they constantly took you out and they took out the Leica account. But it was probably because I was doing like 40% contribution in Guild Siege and then usually around 20% or more contribution in Guild Wars. Like just stupid high contribution that I shouldn't have been getting just because people weren't attacking or because the people who were set up to attack haven't played the game.
I saw one with they haven't played for 300 plus days.
Oh, that's great. Solid guild right there. It's a year-old guild that hasn't kicked somebody who's been gone from the game for that long. These runs feel really good. After this, we'll take a look at TOA after this last set of refills.
I don't think I touched TOA.
No? Cool, that's
No.
perfect.
I don't know if
76k.
giants.
That was huge. Your Tishar just hit for 76k on a crystal. He said, nah, I'm not feeling you, Crystal. Tishar's just nuts. As long as you have a defense break, Tishar is insane. If you don't, then damage is not so great. There we go. Let's see. I don't think we have any problems with the waves at all. Vero's really good with that, with the second skill. That's also why I like him in Dragons, because on my main I have like a sub 120 or sub 110 time with Water Twins, Vertihil, Galleon, Veramos. And because Veramos can stun those mid-boss waves, I almost never lose a unit at mid-boss. If I do, it's probably a fail, but the amount of times it happens is like negligible. If I die, yeah. Well, no, it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare that I lose a unit at mid-boss. The only place I have any real problem is at the boss stage of Galleon derps. Galleon has two attempts to use time to loot. And if he uses time to loot the last wave before the dragon boss, then it has a 3-turn cooldown. So the highest the cooldown could possibly be on Galleon's skill, you know, if you have a max skill, is 3 turns. So you get to the boss, he has his first turn. If he doesn't use it, he has his second turn. If he doesn't use it then I'm probably screwed. That's why I have the Water Twins. The Water Boomerang warrior can land defense break on her first and her second skill. And if she does that, and the Water Chakram attack buffs herself, usually I can do enough damage. See, here we lost Sigmaris at the mid-boss. That kind of sucks. Just because we didn't land a defense break. Galleon sucks, you know? We got screwed here. So, maybe we build Stella. The problem is, I don't want to go out of my way to build units for singular purposes. I'm all about account efficiency. Now, we still have a chance maybe to win here. Yeah, we're still going to win this year. Even though we lost Sig, this is still going to be like a, what, 115, 120 time? Still going to be decent time. 110. So we still had a pretty decently fast run. Yeah, it makes me anxious as well. So... Okay, let's check this event real quick. You guys might not be able to see it because the events are usually all glitched up. So I'm going to go to the events. There we go. If I do that, you guys can see it. So we're going to collect this and that. And you have done, oh, cool, you've done all the event stuff. That's good. So now we're going to check the evolution event. Other monsters I considered building were Amir. The evolution event, huh? There's this big event going on. It's all about evolving monsters, making 4, 5, and 6 stars. So, let's look at monsters very briefly.
So soon.
Lynn is solid for giants, and she's good for dragons and TOA. There's not any support monsters I want to put in there because I don't want to extend the runtime. No, I don't think there's much to do there. Here, let's do Arena real quick. So now that we've sped up Lucian, right? Well, let's look at this Megan. Your Megan's kind of slow, too. That's another thing. We just need faster
All my
builds.
monsters are pretty slow.
Yeah, overall your average speed on your units is pretty low. But here, this is the kind of like arena offense you would run. That's just insane. So you have Bernard go, boosts into Megan. Megan closes the gap, boosts into Lucian. Lucian goes, and Lucian does like 6 or 7.8k damage, I believe. So here's a good team to test.
This is a cleave team, right?
Yes, it's a cleave team. A cleave team that doesn't rely on Galleon, which is really nice. Okay, another team. They have Will and Veligil, so they're assuming that or on Ariel, so they're assuming Ariel's not gonna get defense broken. I don't know why they wouldn't put the will on Veligil, but this is a piece of cake. Ignore defense into Tishar's Tempest. I mean, Veligil's got some serious tank.
It's very tanky.
Very tanky. He's also a fire unit, so. Oh, I forgot he cleansed. Oops. I'm a scrub. But again, no real worries. You just kill it anyways. Who cares if he survives if he's not going to do anything? Here's a team with Chloe. I'm guessing Chloe's going to be in a full fire team, right? So, for a team like
really
this...
gonna do this?
No, I'm not going to bring this team.
Oh, okay.
How fast is Vero? Vero's 71. We need to be able to kill the Chloe. That's going to be our biggest issue. If the Chloe's on Will, we're kind of screwed here. If the Chloe's not on Will, I think we're good. See, the Chloe's not on Will. And I mean, I didn't know how high level this team was anyways. So we just Galleon into Reset from Varad. This is similar to a cleave team I use. And then we kill Chloe to make sure there's no invincibility. And then from here we just auto because there's no threat anymore. This is similar to a team that I ran for a long time. I did Bernard, Galleon, and then I did Poseidon instead of Varad, and then I did whatever single target nuker I needed for the team, usually Faye. So that team was pretty sick. And the team was solid because I had the speed lead from Faye, which is why the team worked really well. So when we get a mirror, or not a mirror, who am I talking about?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about light Ifrit.
Oh, yeah.
When we get light Ifrit, he's going to be a really good monster for Arena because speed-based nuker, really, really good. He's basically going to be like a free-to-play Chimera.
Won't it take about a year to get him?
It's going to take a long time. Well, Fire Boomerang on the like
Nice.
account. So that's cool. Probably the most underwhelming boomerang in my opinion in terms of like just dungeon farming. Like, yeah, I guess you can use her in Necro and Dragons. I'm not a big fan of her. I'd rather have the water one, of course. The water one's just nuts. And I'd rather have the Fire Chakram than the Fire Boomerang. Fire Boomerang or Fire Chakram is just crazy everywhere. And PvE, PvP. Okay, another team. This is another team where we could do this kind of strategy. We could also just bring Tishar here. I know there's double fire, but we're more worried about the water and wind threat. So we're not going to be able to reset the Jojo, but who cares pretty much? As long as we reset the Praha, or stun the Praha, that works too. And then we nuke everybody. I mean, that's the power of Tishar, really. Tishar nukes are pretty good, especially if your Galleon lands defense break. And even if he doesn't, Tishar's damage is so high.
I see that team and like, nope.
This team, I mean, it's a Guild Wars speed lead in their arena team, so you can tell that the team's already going to be bad.
They just want to show off.
I don't know. I mean, they had at least the Zeros lead they could have done instead for the attack lead, so that usually telegraphs to me that the person is not going to have amazing runes if their arena team has a Guild War leadership skill. So, I mean, it's really easy on your account to cleave. On my account, it's a lot less easy because I just don't have the AoE units. Yes, I have like Charlotte, but Charlotte's not really runed for it. It's hard to give her enough of all the things she wants. Also, I'd much rather use Charlotte in TOA. Yeah. In TOA, she's just a monster. Speaking of TOA, we're going to hop into it. Here's TOA normal.
What does your team do in Arena? What's your team?
My team is a lot more luck-based because it's a cleave that usually relies on single target. So here's my Arena team. Oh, I can't.
You have to go, friend.
So my Arena team is... What do I bring for leadership? I guess sometimes I do Faye, Galleon, but it's usually Bernard, Galleon, attack bar, reducer, +1. So instead of a rat, I'd have Poseidon here, and then my single target nuker would change depending on the enemies I fight against. Sometimes it might be Vero, sometimes it might be whoever else I need at the time. Usually it's Vero. If I'm just cleaving people just because I want to destroy people, I take out this and I make my Poseidon the lead. My Poseidon has a 33% attack lead. And so I have more attack, and then I just bring in the Water Twins, and then I could just nuke through all the low-level players. Because there's a lot of farming people throughout Fighter.
I really like your twins.
Yeah, they're amazing. I'm really happy with them. So we're going to do this. If your Manchur is fast enough, yes. We're not going to show the runes, the slot 246 he's on. And
No
we could do
Varad?
that. We can just doesn't. We don't need Varad for the early stages. We just nuke. I'll be back. I'm gonna get a little bit more water and a snack. It's been like an hour, and I need to eat.
Oh. Hi.
Hello, I'm back. And I got a bowl of caramel cheddar corn crumbs. There wasn't any whole pieces of popcorn in the bottom of the bag, and it was looking like no one was going to eat them. So I figured I'd do everybody a favor and clear out the cabinet. Your bit donation icon turned purple on the list. Before it was gray, because if your bit donation doesn't equate to more than 100, it's gray apparently. Of course, I always put the family first. You know it's Sunny. Hey, you know, if you have full cabinets and you need someone to help you clear them out, I'm more than happy to do so. You know, it's all about the viewers.
Ew, what if this all expired?
Ooh, that'd be rough.
Would you still eat it?
No. I love food and I'll eat just about anything, but I have my boundaries.
Oh, okay.
And if you guys want to, wow, choking on a popcorn kernel. If you guys want to send me something, I need to make an Uber Eats link. Apparently, Jesus, I need to swallow this stupid popcorn kernel. I thought I did. Apparently, you can set it up so you could put a link in your Twitch description area to allow people to like send Uber Eats to you.
Ooh. I might do that for you.
I think that'd be awesome during a stream. Just to have somebody like send me a burger. That'd be the best. Oh my god. That's better than a donation. Someone sends me like $50 worth of food and they're like, "You're gonna eat this on stream."
Mukbang.
I'd have to. No, don't you ever say that on my stream again.
Mukbang.
And now you're no longer a moderator.
No.
The quickest way to lose mod status.
No. Yes.
It's terrible.
Sunny. Mukbang.
You're Korean?
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Do you like mukbangs? We should do mukbang.
No,
Right, Hen?
I will not be associated with that. It's a gaming channel.
I've seen gaming mukbangs.
Doesn't matter.
I think-
I'm not doing it.
You're eating right now, though.
Yeah, I'm eating. I'm not eating right up in front of right up close to the mic. I purposely backed up like a foot and a half from the mic.
You still hear it.
Fine, if you're gonna be like that.
No! Don't mute yourself! Okay. Popcorn ASMR.
Hey, do you want some popcorn? I gotta move the wind filter. Hey, do you want some popcorn? I hear you like caramel popcorn. The only problem is it sticks to your teeth, you know. What the fuck? Don't clip that.
Oh, now I'm gonna clip that.
Oh, come on, what the... I assumed you already were.
You say
when I heard-
don't.
I have the mic for it, actually. The Blue Yeti Blackout is, like, apparently a pretty popular model. I mean, the Blue Yeti mic in general, but the Blue Yeti Blackout is a pretty popular model among ASM artists, apparently. Some of the stuff I found in the research when I was purchasing a studio quality microphone. It was just one of the things that it said in the description. It was like, if you're looking for clear sound definition or something for ASMR videos, this is perfect. I was like, what the I don't have it on the stereo setting though. It should be on mono. It should be on mono. God, I can't remember the name of the setting, but it's supposed to capture audio mostly from a singular direction, which is the front of the mic, so that it picks up less background noise from behind it and to the sides.
Oh, shoot. Hey, Hen.
That's the first Summoner's War crash I've seen on my iPhone in over a month. Probably because my phone's getting too hot, actually. It's probably like, it needs to shut down.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to get the ice pack for my phone. I've given up on trying to grab pieces of this popcorn with my hands because it's like the popcorn is just a giant crumbly mess. Hey, wrong channel. Hey, wrong channel. Hey, hey.
Gosh, 10.
God, I can't click for anything.
Good job,
Clip by
Sunny.
Sunny. Oh my god. Did you clip a clip? Man, I cannot click with anything anymore. Yeah, it's a bunch of tiny little crumbs in a bowl. There's like nothing I can do. I'd actually be pretty sick. I bet you if I name the stream title, like Make Me Fat Stream, and gave people the option to send me food, that people would be sending me food all day. It'd be the best.
So, mukbang.
No, it's not fucking mukbang. It's just me eating while I stream games. It's not a food stream, it's a gaming stream where people can send me food.
Okay, whatever makes you happy. I'm gonna
I'm-
call it what makes me happy.
And you're not gonna call it mukbang. If you call it mukbang, you're gonna get banned.
No, I'm your mod. You can't be banned.
Hey Sunny, do you wanna be a mod?
Hey! Let's see, I need to test my Spanish. Something about...
Your Spanish is not great. No, I can't do both. ¿Por qué no los dos?
Oh,
Why can't you? It's like, why can't you do both? Why can't you do two?
I'm thinking
'Cause-
porque as in because.
But why? ¿Por qué? But why? Because I don't want to do both. I don't want to be associated with mukbang. There goes half my viewer base. The problem is half the gaming, or more than half the gaming viewer base, is too manly to admit they like to watch those kind of things. And so the inner macho in them, like, immediately disassociates any content, that has any mukbang content in it, from being real gaming content or being content they enjoy, because it'd be too non-manly for them to enjoy it. If that makes any sense. People have too big of egos. That's why whenever you're a content creator, you have to consistently be careful about what you say, because you don't want to insult someone's ego. Because the second you hurt somebody's ego, they go off. Who likes mukbang? Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I
right.
like mukbangs! What do you mean?
Don't you see the satire in his comment, hon?
No, I'm not good with satire.
Oh,
You should
Well-
know.
yeah. He's been asking why I can't do mukbang in both, and I just explained to him why it makes dudes seem less macho if they like mukbang, and that's why he said that, in order to
You
insinuate.
just
Oh
hurt
yeah.
his pride.
What?
You hurt his pride.
No, he's saying that jokingly.
And I'm saying that jokingly.
Korean pack things, the dumbest things in the world. Yeah. Is it because it's associated with Asian culture? Because I feel like most mukbangs are, or mukbang in general is associated with Asians typically. But because they get paid to. Oh, you get paid to do anything. Of all the stupid things you could get paid to do, who cares about getting paid to eat? Holy crap. You know what? Mukbang is not too bad. Yeah, I love eating and I love getting money. I'm gonna make another.
why not do it?
I bet you if I made an ASMR and a mukbang channel, I'd get like 200 times as many subscribers
Yes.
in less amount of time. I'd be like 20,000 subscribers in the next day, because like the thing is, when people go and start watching those videos, they spree and they don't care who they're clicking on. They're just constantly clicking more eating, more eating.
Actually, that's what I do.
Exactly, because you watch mukbang. That's what people do. I know how people are. People have like crazy personalities. Because there's only a few types of viewers in like the YouTube world, or most people can be categorized into some category generally, right? Not every person is 100% in a category, but you know, generally people could be put into a category. You have like the binge watchers, you have the people who watch very specific content, and you have the people who don't know what they want to watch and they need YouTube to suggest things to them. And
I think that's all of me.
yeah, well, you're you're bipolar.
Munch, munch. Hey, stop closing your mouth. We need to hear the ASMR.
No.
Come on.
Okay, I need you to kill everything, Lucian. Thank you. It's so easy. Like TOA, the first like 70 stages are just so audible.
I hope you don't rage quit on my account.
Well, I hope not either. TOA has been really easy for me to rage quit on your account for a long time. It wasn't until recently that most of your units started getting on 6-star sets. Okay, it's ice time.
I should make a mukbang channel and then get paid just eating. Yay! It'll be a weird channel though, because I'll be doing everything that I like, probably my hobbies. Mukbang, ASMR, gaming, art. Hi, Hen.
Uh-oh, there's been conversing behind my back. I don't like that.
I was talking about how since you won't make a mukbang channel, I'll make one.
And you're just gonna have a bunch of my clips like uploaded to your channel.
Yes, probably.
I'll report them for copyright infringement or whatever for
I'll
you
make
trying
my
to
own
steal my
then.
public work. There's so much
And
crap
then
up
I'll
on my
have-
screen.
I have other stuff in my channel too.
Ouch. Didn't save that. Okay, now I need to do some research on how to add Uber Eats.
I do want to start up my channel though soon,
You should.
since I got my external hard drive.
We can start doing our co-op games. You could actually upload all of our Terra content if you want to do Terra stuff.
Oh yeah, I've been. Gosh,
Terra's really fun. Have you heard about Terra,
Terra-
Sunny?
I've been binging on Terra. Today's the only day where I haven't played. I needed a little break, or else I'll wear myself out. I want to collab with some of your subs, or we should collab with subs sometimes
Mm-hmm.
to make them interact with us and have it more fun, just instead of them just
Yeah.
watching. If they want to.
Is that an MMORPG? Yes. Yes, it is. Really fun. It's free on Steam. And I've been playing with Starry Night, and I've been playing with my little brother Xander, and we have been loving it. It's crazy. It's the first game in a long time where I've seen him really like dive into a game, because usually he plays Roblox and he watches YouTube, and he does a bunch of multitasking, and he does a bunch of like clicker games that are really mentally unintrusive, games that you don't really require a lot of thinking in order to play. And the fact that he's jumping into Terra, a game that has a lot of sophistication and a lot of content where you need to understand what you're doing, is really, really awesome.
I think it's also because we're both playing it, and he
Yeah,
can have fun.
exactly.
With both of us.
That's the other thing, is it's mostly you could do it. It's mostly a co-op game, where like working together to complete quests really helps your progression, because essentially like when you're in a guild, or when you're in a party together, when any member of the team completes a quest, and if everybody's on the same quest line, when any member of the party does part of the quest, everybody gets credit for it. So if you have 3 people, you're doing quests 3 times as fast, and so you can progress through the game really, really quickly and get to like the raiding, which is like the really big part of the game. Funny that in so many games raid is like the end game, but once you hit like level 65, which is currently the level cap, you start fighting these really, really hard bosses to try to get the best gear in the game, and you can do PvP against other guilds and do all this really awesome stuff. It's a sick game.
I love it. It reminds me of the anime Sword Art Online.
It's similar, yeah. I feel like it's pretty similar.
That's my favorite anime.
It is. You're obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's a really good anime. I know you do. I've seen your ass in a shirt. Maybe it's a Twitch add-on, like a Twitch-specific add-on. It's not like some third party. Because I felt like it might have been a third-party add-on.
Well, once you get it on, I think I'm gonna be broke.
You're just gonna keep buying me food while I stream?
Maybe.
That's what it takes for you to buy me food?
Maybe. It's debatable. I want to, but then I also want to have money in my bank.
I can't remember who I saw who had it.
A mukbang?
No, it was not. I don't watch mukbang.
Maybe
Dang,
doing your
man.
ASMR. There's ASMR mukbang time.
But I don't watch anything on Twitch.
Just try and open you up to new things.
Open yourself up to new things.
Gosh.
I need to find this. Maybe it was a crop.
Why, so you can make me broke?
Maybe it was a different one, but I swear there was one.
I wonder if I'll get my second Lucian. Or Xerath.
Let your friends support you with. Oh. I know, right? I hope I get a Xerath. If I get a Xerath, imagine if I got a Xerath and 2 Lucians, how ridiculous that would be.
Wow. Wait, how many summonings do you have?
I only have 21. It's not a crazy amount. I'm really happy about the amount for that, though.
I think that's a lot to me. Because I think I only have maybe 2 to 5, maybe? I'm not really sure. Is there anything you're looking for, Sunny, for the summoning rotations? in
Yeah,
the
you
1 or 2 weeks?
saving any stones up? Are you trying to get a Hua or no? You probably have a Hua. Did you try to go for Gani this week? Because this week I saw a lot of people summoning for Gani. I was surprised actually. I saw at least 3 Gani pulls. Yeah, I know you're an early game player. But everybody wants a Gani. People don't care. They're like, I don't care. I don't care if I can't use him for 3 years. I want a Gani. Gani's good for TOA though as well. Gani's like TOA hard monster as well, which is kind of crazy. He replaces Mav and your AoE attack bar reducer, so you need everything. So you're going to be saving up for the Lucian then, I'm guessing? Because unless you have 2 Lucians, I mean, it's probably worth it to save up for it. Even on Starry Night's account, she's trying to get another Lucian. Or that Zeros, that sweet, sweet Zeros. If you get a Zeros, you're set. I mean, AoE, the thing is AoE fire nukers are like in very short supply in this game. Or good
nice.
AoE fire nukers.
Having
You have
Galley?
Galley? Sick. Yeah, Galley, you're good then. You don't even have to worry about next week.
I would think so. What about you, Han? About Lucian being his priority?
Yeah, Lucian is definitely a priority. Even if you have 1, Lucian's still your priority. Because, I mean, 2 Lucians will take you through this entire game. 2 Lucians can get you Conqueror 3, realistically. If you're a free-to-play player who grinds like freaking crazy, who pushes into raids, all you have to do is Giants. Double Lucian, you could get down to a 45-second or below time as your runes get better and better. So you're set. This is really cool.
You're saying that, but no one else knows what you're doing.
I'm setting up this treat thing. You can see this, right, hon? Well,
yeah, I can see,
okay,
but not everyone
delivery.
has.
I know they can't.
I know, but you're saying, oh, that's cool.
So I'm
And
setting this
everyone's
up.
like, oh, what? TOA?
No, I'm setting up this food delivery thing where if people want to donate food to me so that they actually get to see a donation. I think a lot of people don't like or are less likely to donate because like if you donate to somebody, what are you getting in return, right? Unless you really like that person, which is like none of my viewers. My viewers are like, this guy's streaming, nobody else is streaming. Let's watch this dude.
Nonstop likes you.
Yeah, Nonstop likes me. But like random people aren't gonna just come to the stream and start donating.
Yeah.
Like, they want to see some sort of result from what they purchased, and I think that's perfect because it like benefits me and them. You know, they get to see me. I gotta wait for the stupid verification code. Dang it! It's gonna take forever. I gotta check the verification code, which means I have to go into my text messages. So I'm gonna black out the screen really quick before I forget. Because this is like a Twitch security verification code that I shouldn't show on stream. Would be very bad if I did.
You should change that cookie into an Oreo, though.
I know. I was thinking about that today. Actually, earlier today. And then I didn't do it.
Got sidetracked.
Yeah. More like I wasn't 100% sure of what I wanted to change it to. Because it's something I have to make. Oh, you want to be Janker now, do you, Air Server? Let's see. Yeah, Lucian is 100% your priority. Lucian is so good.
What if I got Young Hong as my Fame and Hard summon?
If you got a Yan Hong as just for beating Fame and Hard, that'd be ridiculous. Select the food delivery service. I'm gonna choose Grubhub. I really like Grubhub as an option. You really what?
I really like my account. Over the, I think, is it 1 year? 2 years?
Year and a half or so, yeah.
Almost 2 years? Wow.
I
When You took a break off Summer's War. I took a break too. I should have just kept going.
Yeah, you should have. You would have been a lot farther. I mean, you could still be a lot farther if you just like grind every day. I mean, you have the resources to just keep grinding. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I just need to not sleep. That's all.
You just not
solo
sleep.
Summer's War.
Yeah, just grind non-stop.
What? Oh.
I don't know what snacks to even put on this list, because now I have to choose a list of snacks people can order. I shouldn't put pizzas, because pizzas are like so cheap and big. Can you imagine if someone bought me like a large pizza and they're like, there you go. I mean, I gotta think realistically. I don't expect more than one of these ever, and it'll probably be you. So I gotta pick something that's not gonna like kill me.
Because I want food too. Because I want pizza. I want whatever you're having.
We're gonna turn off the open now option and just select all the near me. Okay, there's some good stuff on here.
So we're just making TOA.
Yeah. I love Tippy Thai. Tippy Thai is the place where I got mango chicken. What?
Out of renumbered mango chicken. Do you think my account could go all the way up to the TOA hard with Leo and Ragdoll?
Mm-hmm. I think the Leo Ragdoll is actually on TOA hard, no?
I said TOA hard.
Oh. No, you won't be able to auto that far. You'll be able to auto maybe to 50 or 60. You'll be able to nuke to maybe 60 or 70. And then from there you'll have to
my
manual.
team still do it?
Maybe. What are your runes like, by the way, Sunny?
Oh.
I can't remember. I know you know what you're doing, or at least you're paying attention, so you're like
It
putting the
sounds
right
like.
things. Ooh, what do I want? Where's the mango chicken? I need the mango chicken. That's like no, seriously, Tippy Thai has this mango chicken. So good.
Really?
So
try
good.
it.
I mean mango and chicken. It doesn't sound like amazing to most people, I'm guessing, but it
I had that.
it's so good. Is that considered an appetizer? No, it's not. It's considered an entree. Now, where is it?
I assume Sunny being like maybe mid or late game.
No, he's early
The
game.
way. I know.
You said you
I
think-
assumed before.
Oh. Yeah, because he
Because
pays
it sounded
attention.
like he knew what he was saying. Or he probably does, and I just suck. Nothing to back it up? Okay, thanks, Tyler.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
You can't just talk
Not
yourself
laugh.
and then expect me to bring you back up. Why, you set yourself up for that. Mango. Sesame tofu, that's not what I'm looking for. Coconut shrimp salad, that's not what I'm looking for.
I'm not into tofu.
Deep fried slice of chicken drizzled with sweet mango, tangerine, orange, garlic sauce on a bed of spinach. That's what it is. Sesame chicken.
So, Han,
Yeah.
when are you gonna get our meal?
Yeah. Eat that. The problem is I can't set it up unless the restaurant is open right now because of the way that the service works. I can't explain it well. If I set up the ordering now, it'll give me the order a day from whenever someone orders it, which will be weird. I'm not really a Sarpino's fan anymore because they let me down.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I click on Sarpino's. Sarpino's has some good snacks though. See, we're flying through this, so we're just gonna do like 3 more minutes on the stream. It's been a pretty decently long stream, like hour and a half. So we're gonna wrap it up. Or 2 hours, jeez. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up soon. I didn't anticipate it being this long. It's just Sunny started talking, you know. You had to come into the chat, Sunny. There went the rest of my night. No, it's awesome. I like when people come by and talk. Let's see. Hot and spicy buffalo wings. I don't want buffalo wings, though. If I want wings, I want barbecue wings.
Barbecue.
Right? Barbecue's the best. Or calzone. There's some good calzones here, too.
Barbecue.
Some good sandwiches as well. What kind of sandwich do I want? My mouth is watering just looking at these menus. I shouldn't be doing this. 24-hour stream where I just stream until someone buys me food.
You'll be starving in that stream 24 hours.
Please, please, please. So one order option is going to be a sandwich and...
You're getting something now?
No, I'm making the options. I have to add it to my cart in order to make the option. Add treat, sandwich, and pop. Yes, I'd like to add another. This is awesome. Shout out to Sweet Treat Stream, for having a sick thing. Empty my bag. What else? Maybe for people who want to see me.
Dessert.
Yeah. But again, there's a $10 minimum order limit from Grubhub.
Dessert.
Jesus. If someone wants to add a tiramisu.
Oh my gosh. The chocolate.
Add this treat. Diabetes. Diabetes. This is fun.
So, Han,
yeah.
you're gonna have to wait another. How many months has it been? 7 months? Or another 100 bit?
No, for another 100 bit. What?
Yeah.
Dang. They really don't let you give free money.
No.
Okay, well, this is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you, everybody who dropped by. There's a bunch of random people who dropped by. That was cool. But thanks, everyone who dropped by to the stream. Make sure you follow if you didn't already and check the notification box so you can be notified when I stream next. My streams are spontaneous. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for bearing with me through this very long stream video filled with a bunch of nonsense that is somewhat Summoners War related. If you want your account to be improved, or you want me to screw around on your account for about a month's time, and want to see a lot of progression really fast, be sure to hit me up in the DMs, private message me on YouTube or on Twitch, and I will be sure to get back to you. Good night, Mr. Sunny. But that's about it. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's West again. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more.